The afternoon sun was soft, spilling golden light across the stone floors of an old village temple. A group of children, no older than 12, had gathered near its courtyard. One boy squinted upward and asked, "Why is it so tall here? Right in the middle?" His finger pointed to the Shikhara, the rising tower above the sanctum. Seen against the sky, it looked like a giant mountain frozen in stone. The others followed his gaze, whispering. Some thought it was like a pyramid, some said it looked like a peak calling the clouds. Every Hindu temple has a Shikhara. Not one or two, not just the grand ones, but all. Why? Is it only decoration or something deeper? This question, like the tower itself, rises higher than it seems. The children sat by the temple pond, still staring at the tower. Suddenly, the bronze bell rang from within. And here something curious happened. The sound seemed to float upward, not just outward. They could feel the vibration roll through the ground, then pull their eyes back to the Shikhara, as if the temple itself was guiding the senses upward. One girl whispered, "It feels like the sound is climbing all the way to the top." The tallest boy tilted his head. What if that's the reason it's built so high? They noticed something we often overlook. The temple isn't just a building. It's an instrument. And the Shikhara, maybe its antenna. The group began to play with questions. Does it touch the clouds? Why not build it flat like a house? Do the gods live up there? With each question, laughter echoed, but so did wonder. The camera lingers on the tower's stone carvings, catching the light. Birds circled the top like keepers of some mystery. But here's the strange part. No matter which corner of India you visit, deserts, forests, busy towns, or quiet villages, the temples may look different. Yet this one element, the Shikhara, never disappears. Why is it so universal? Why did builders across centuries hold this form above all else? And the answer takes us into geometry, into legend, into human breath itself. Let's begin with shape. Look carefully. The Shikhara is not just tall, it tapers. Every line leads the gaze upward. In temple science, this is called the axis mundi, the world's central spine. Architects designed it to remind us of Mount Meru, the cosmic mountain where heaven meets earth. But it is not only symbol. Its geometry has power. Like a pyramid, the Shikhara gathers energy. The thick base holds stillness. The tapering lines push that energy upward, concentrating it near the crown. Step inside, and you're under this invisible flow, like standing beneath a waterfall turned upside down. Now listen deeper. The ringing of the bell, the chants, the conch, these sounds vibrate within stone walls. The tower acts like a resonator. It stretches the sound, urging it upward, carrying prayers like smoke. What you feel is not imagination. It is acoustic design. And beliefs thread through engineering. In tradition, the Shikhara is said to be the seat of prana, the vital breath. Each temple peak is topped with a finial, often golden, believed to store and radiate subtle energy across the surroundings. While one part of us sees architecture, another part feels atmosphere, a certain air that lingers even when the prayers pause. And perhaps you felt it too. Enter a temple, and your body grows quiet. The tower outside, silent yet soaring, speaks to something wordless inside. It doesn't shout, it pulls. One boy pressed his palm against the temple wall. It was cool, rough, alive with carvings. "Is it true," he asked, "that gods live on mountains?" "Maybe," another smiled. "Or maybe mountains live in temples." In many stories, gods prefer high peaks. Shiva on Kailash, Vishnu on Ananta's cosmic summit. The Shikhara is a reminder of that truth, that our lives, so full of noise and distraction, need a direction. And that direction is always upward, inward. But here's another mystery. Even without entering, even without praying, people feel changed by simply walking around a temple. How? Perhaps the Shikhara's towering presence alone shifts our attention out of the ordinary. It tells us silently, "Look up." As the evening sun turned the tower orange, the children grew quiet. They had begun with innocent questions. Now their voices softened into understanding. One girl murmured, Maybe it's not just for gods. Maybe it's also for us, so we always remember to look higher. Yes, every Hindu temple carries a shikhara above its sanctum, as if whispering the same lesson through time. Build tall not only in stone, but in spirit. Gather energy at your base, and let it rise. Let it rise until it meets the sky, rising from the children's faces to the towering crown lit against the horizon. As we step away, in our busy lives of traffic, noise, and endless screens, perhaps we too need our own shikhara, not of stone, but of stillness. A reminder in us that says, keep rising, upward, inward. Soft bell rings, fade to silence.